Yo, 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 what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, my boy?
Man, I'm good. Just trying to make it, trying to get up in here, man. Can't wait, for I know people gonna sit here and they're gonna ask why I got the hat on. You can't see, you can't I got my headsets on, but you can't see the full pirate uniform. Hey man, this I got on the velvet swashbuckling shirt, baby. Hey, I'm hey, I told him if the Cowboys lost, I would come on here dressed like a pirate.
Yep,
So,
man of your
so
word.
man, your word, all a man got is his word. So that's just how it is. So man, how was the weekend?
Man, it was good. Always good to just chill with the family and watch some college football, NFL football. Just a pleasure.
Yeah, it was the first real weekend that you got to do both. So I'm sure we all had a really really good time. At least I did. It was
Yep.
good to like you say, sit back. It wasn't so good to watch my Cowboys lose, but yeah, man, it's part of it. Like I
Yes.
say, man, they got me up in there looking crazy. But it is what it is. They're supposed to let it down. So it is what it is. So I appreciate it. Somebody say I'm looking like Shaft. I want to, but like, hey man, hey, I want to be Richard Roundtree, man. I can't be Samuel L. Richard Roundtree was the man when I was a kid. Yeah. So if I'm looking like Richard Roundtree, then I'm good. But if I'm looking like Samuel L., then it's a problem. So sometimes, guys, when you're the Facebook user, it just tells us Facebook user. So just make sure you put your name. Uh, that way we can identify you. But let's get this thing started, man. Hey, every week we start with the same thing because it's about that time, y'all. I mean, for us to put this event on last year, we did it for free. We're trying to do it for free all the time. We need sponsorships, even if you don't have the money to cooperate. At least put us in touch with whoever you feel can help us to put this game together. Uh, we had a great time last year, great event. Kids, we try and do it bigger and better and help kids, get scholarships. We had a couple of kids that played in our game that were able to get scholarships to go to other schools. It might not necessarily be Florida State, but it's free.
Correct.
We had kids at Johnson C. Smith, other universities. So, hey, if you can support us in any kind of way, make sure that you get out there. AJ, you can give them all the social media, and you can contact AJ or myself directly, and we can make sure that we get those sponsorships to the people who need to have it.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, give them the social media accounts.
Social media. Obviously, you can check us out here on Facebook, Elite 100 Prospects. We're also on Twitter. What did it say? I'm
Uh,
lost for words. We also we're on Twitter, Elite 100 Prospects. We're on Instagram, Elite 100 Prospects. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where we post our weekly game of the week recaps, plays of the week, player of the week highlights, and other different content. So, like and subscribe. We're on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and that's about all.
all right, and so she says she's lost for words. Uh, do I want to keep this a PG show? Or do you want to
Yes, we
control? Because
do. We're just gonna keep
I'm ready.
on.
Yeah,
Hey,
we gonna
listen,
keep
we're gonna
rolling.
keep
All
on
right, all right,
rolling.
all right.
Let's go
That,
ahead and
that's
recap.
Tyrone that said I was Tyrone talking about how I look like Shaft. Cool, Tyrone. I just need to know, man, which Shaft we talking about though. There's a difference. There's Richard Roundtree and there's Samuel L. Bro. Richard Roundtree. Anybody that was, I say, at least 44. They know how smooth he was. The women was going crazy over Richard Roundtree when we was coming up. Him and Billy D. Y'all, Billy D.
Billy
See, y'all don't
D.
know. Billy D was the man. Billy D was the man. Coach G, awesome show, but I appreciate you, Coach G. We really do. We appreciate always having everybody on. That's a good thing. So yeah, we appreciate it. Let's see what else we got up. You might as well start up, man. Game of the week recap.
Game of the week recap was Edgewater versus West Orange at West Orange. Um, Very interesting game going into it. Edgewater was able to win 26-14 by 12 points, but the game was a lot closer than the score indicated. It was actually a 5-point game with about 2 to 3 minutes left in the game.
5 points.
And
Who was up
Edgewater was up by 5 points.
in the fourth
And
quarter?
West Orange had the ball fourth quarter with about 3 minutes to go. So if West Orange goes down the field and scores, it'll be a go ahead score. but they were unable to do that, and Edgewater tacked on a late touchdown to go up by 12. But West Orange they were impressive on defense. Their offense was stagnant, just due to the simple fact that the third or fourth play of the game, their starting quarterback Trevor Jackson, hopefully he's okay. He had an injury to his shoulder or his collarbone, somewhere on his non-throwing area. I'm not sure what the prognosis is, how long he'll be out, but I know he missed the remainder of that game. So their offense, they couldn't spread the ball. They pretty much got into um, wildcat style offense, snapping it directly to the quarterback, which was either a running back or a wide receiver, and they just had to make do. But their defense was the most impressive part of the night. The craziest stat that I thought of was their defense held CJ 150 yards under his average, about 100 yards under his season average, and he still had 100 and about 150 yards rushing. So that's just, I don't even know. That's just a crazy stat, but they did a solid job. But he was able to break loose in the fourth quarter 2 times to help his team go up, and Edgewater won that game 26-14.
Also, then West Orange is up and going into the fourth quarter.
West Orange did have the lead in the fourth quarter. This is
Oh
absolutely
shit.
correct. West Orange was winning 12-6. And CJ scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter to give them the lead 14-12. He scored another touchdown later on in the fourth quarter. They went up 19-12 or 19-14.
Right.
And then West Orange had the ball, couldn't score, and Edgewater tacked on a late touchdown to go up by 12.
Okay, well, that's sounds like a good game. But with that being said, man, everybody, before we get started, I was asked by Pine Hills, who cannot be here because he's refereeing, that some of you people take these pick'ems way too serious. Me personally, I don't care. But like guys, it really doesn't matter at the end of the year. Whoever's standing is truly the number one team in the state. So,
Right.
like this is just everybody's opinions. You have yours, we have ours. It's not really something that people need to be tripping out about. So uh, yeah, no, Baxter. He's from South Florida originally.
West Palm
He
area,
lives in, but he's nah, he's from because
Palm
he'll
Beach.
get, yeah, he would be
My
mad
bad.
if you said yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
see.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
my
yeah,
fault.
yeah,
Palm
yeah.
Beach.
But no, but he's here, in Orlando now. Y'all can't claim him because he already's been claimed by us. But with that being said, man, let's go ahead and move on to the most important thing. This is our weekly top 10. Now, me personally, I can tell all y'all, man, I don't care. AJ, no, I'd be like, man, deck it. But we do have a group of guys on the panel. You just see me and AJ. A lot of guys don't care to be on here, but you know, it is a voting system, and whoever get the most tallies wins. So it is what it is. Whoever got the most points at the end of the day, that's how it goes. So with that being said, man, can we start off with our smaller teams and then move on to like our honorable mention, and then we'll give them the top 10.
All right, let's go start with number 5. We got OCP. They were able to get their first victory, 1-2. They're at home this week against Hawthorne. That's
Hawthorne's a good
another
team. Yeah, it's a good team.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
another good quality opponent. OCP schedule for their level is loaded. So Boynton Beach,
Yeah,
excuse us.
I was just I would have corrected you, but I just want to see if they was on and paying attention because I knew that somebody would say something. But that's where he's from. All right, so we talked about OCP. Now who's number 4?
Number 4 is Mount Dora Christian Academy, MDCA.
Did they play
Um,
last week?
They did not play. They're off. They had a bye.
Okay,
Their next game will be away. They'll play Foundation on the road.
okay. And who's number 3?
Number 3, we're looking at First Academy. 3-0. They're undefeated. Starting off the season well. Their next game is against Orangewood on the road as well.
Okay, well, shout out to Coach Kennard, a real good brother. Really truly is. PJ in the building. All right, well, that's
Number
what's up,
2,
my
we're
dog.
looking at CFCA. They're 2-0. They also had a bye. They'll have a bye until the 23rd. So they had a bye last week. They'll have a bye again this week. But they're 2-0 undefeated team sitting at the number 2 spot. And our number 1 team is Lake Highland Prep. They also had a bye last week. This week they take on Masters Academy at home, and I expect them to win that ball game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, those guys have been doing pretty well. So we hope that they, are able to keep it going. All the teams, to be honest. So let's go on our our honorable mention teams that that got some votes, but didn't quite enough get enough tallies. Um, you know, just I say give them 3 or 4 of the teams
Look,
that
looking at the bigger schools, honorable mention, we got GALLIE. They're undefeated. Starting the season off 3-0. They have a big time matchup this weekend against Satellite. Deltona also undefeated. Deltona's 3-0, putting up big numbers, winning big, scoring 30, 40, 50 points. So that's pretty good for them.
I
And
don't worry
then,
about. Just keep talking. These are just people coming back. You don't know Clint. Clint,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
you don't know him.
Yeah, but those 2 teams, they're knocking on the door to get into this top 10. So we'll see if they keep winning. We'll see how everything shakes out at the end of the season or the next upcoming weeks, rather.
Oh, well, you forgot too. They didn't get votes, but we got to give him some mention because he'll be all in his feelings. Cypress Creek is 3-0, first time in a long time. So shout out to Coach Gabriel, Coach Doug Gabriel. He'll be all in his feelings if we don't say nothing. But shout out to him, and his staff, by taking a team that quite frankly a job that a lot of guys didn't want, and he has them 3-0. So that has to be something that you look at. So if
Uh,
you keep winning, Gabe, you got probably 2 more victories under your belt. If you do that, you probably crack the top 10, and that'd probably be the first for Cypress Creek in a long time.
let's see. Speaking of them, let's see what we got here. Well, they have Lake Nona this weekend, so Lake Nona Colonial, definitely winnable
They should
games
be
for
five
them.
and 0. Yeah, they should be. Yeah, they should be 5-0. So let's see what my boy do. All right, so then that takes care of that. So now let's get on to the the top 10. We'll start at the bottom and go to the top. This one here had a lot of people upset on number 10. Had a lot of people that had a little problem with it on Facebook Messenger. I'll let you tell the story.
Man, we had problems with the whole top 10, man. I'm talking about.
This one here was the worst though for
Yeah,
me.
I
Like
mean,
this here was the worst.
Coco is at number 10. Coco was a top 3 team to start the season. They took a loss to Jones, which was the number 2 team. So we didn't think that should drop them out of the top 10. So they went to 6 or 7. They went to 7. Last week, they went on the road, lost to St. Thomas Aquinas. They're an 0-2 ball club. We still think that a lot of teams in this area can't beat them, but they can't. We can't rank them number 5. Like they're
Oh no, no, no,
0-2.
no, no, no. Dudes was talking about they should be in the top 2 or 3. That's
They're
the yeah, that's
0-2.
what got me. Dudes talking about they should be in the top 2 or 3. So that's what got me. But
So out of
you know,
respect, though, like, there are some teams that are ranked above Coco that I don't feel are better than Coco, but at this point in the season, you are what your record says. But we still respect Coco. They're at the number 10 spot. They're 0-2. They're at home this week versus Space Coast. I expect them to get back on the track on winning ways. But this is what happens when you beef up your schedule. And it's not a bad thing for them because it prepares them for postseason play. But right now they're 0-2, but I expect them to win this weekend against Space Coast.
yeah, they have a tough road, because they're in, what they're what. Hold on, let me see.
Are they
Are they
two
non-met? They're
two
2A
S
non. They're two. They're non-metro. Like so,
two
that means they're
S?
going. Yeah, they're gonna have to play. A lot of teams that are pretty good. So it's good for them that they're playing a lot of these teams, but they got those guys, Melbourne, and then they got that number 1 team because that's what got me to do is like, man, they're gonna play the number 1 team and the number 3 team. We'll see then. I'm like, man,
Sure
come on, dude,
will.
we will. That's what I'm saying,
That,
right?
that that's my boy Franco. Franco, that's the offensive coordinator for Coco.
Yeah,
Um,
Franco was in his feelings, but it's all good. But all right, man. So shout out to the boys and said Hawkins over there. Hopefully, he's not getting done up too bad. All right, so we got number 9.
Number 9, we got Mainland. Mainland, we still think highly of them too, but they lost this weekend or last week. They have
Tell you that.
another tough game this week against Flagler Palm Coast. So last week they took on
Bartram
Bartram
Trail.
Trail, which is a
Yeah,
quality program throughout the
yeah,
state of Florida. So they did drop though, but they're at the number 9 spot. 1-1, like I said, they're at home this week versus Flagler Palm Coast. Got anything to
yeah.
say about Mainland?
Nah, man, Mainland, a lot of talent. What surprised me the most was that the offense score. So Bartram Trail must have a pretty good defense because
Right,
Mainland got some dudes over there on offense. So I don't know if the quarterback had a bad day, receivers dropping balls, but I expect them to have more than 3 points against
right.
anybody they play. Like I just
Anybody.
do. So I'm sure that Travis, got something for it. And hopefully those boys, tighten it up. So I'm okay with that. All right. Who we got number 8?
Number 8, we got Lake Mary. Mr. Marshall, Anthony Marshall won't be satisfied today. Number 1,
Oh yeah, they gotta be number 1.
he
They
been
got
giving
yeah.
me he been giving me grief all season. Oh, they ought to be in the top 10. Now they in the top 10, and he still ain't happy. He say, "Oh, they ought to be. They should be above Winter Park." Well, Winter Park was ranked slightly higher than them going into the season, so it's just a lot of things. But Lake Mary 3-0. They also have a tough game against
Lake
a
Brantley.
Seminole County opponent that they know very well in Lake Brantley. So Lake Mary 3-0. They'll play Lake Brantley 2-1. That'll be an interesting ball game here this week.
Hey, yeah, I think that'll be a good factor. Like one of the things that I'm gonna have to get with my brother Anthony on. I'm wearing this damn pirate stuff because my team ain't that damn good. I mean, that Lake Mary defense is powerful, but you can't keep winning games 7-6. It just don't
13
work
to
like that.
7.
Right. It just
Yeah,
don't
you're
work
gonna
like
get
that.
beat.
Eventually, at some point, somebody you got to score some points. Whether the defense may have to score 'em, but you're gonna have to score some points. 7-6. That means that could have went either way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they've won their last 2 games 7-6. They beat so it could be different. But
I think they won 13 to 6 this past weekend.
I thought it was
But
seven
it's
six
still
there
that's I
too.
mean,
I thought the only 13 points they got was when they beat DP. Could be wrong, but I thought it was like DP was like 13-7, and I could
yeah,
be wrong.
that's what it was then.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but the bottom line is, man, some of you, I understand being a fan of your kid. I love my son. He's at Ocoee, but if they play St. Thomas Aquinas, is highly unlikely that they're gonna beat St. Thomas Aquinas. So I
Yeah, they
mean,
beat
go ahead.
no, I mean I feel you on that. They beat Oviedo 13 to 7.
Yeah. So I
So
mean,
the
yeah.
most points they've scored this season was 19. I
That
mean,
was that was against DP 1914.
no. DP was 13 to 7. They
Okay.
they won 19-0 against Spruce Creek, which is
Okay.
a very,
Yeah. Yeah.
very solid win.
Yeah.
But 13 to 7, you got to give me more points than that. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
win too many games in the playoffs like that.
But we'll see. Like I say, the beautiful thing is they got that gauntlet. They got they're in that district with Apopka, uh, Seminole, all that. That's a tough district. So we'll see who we got coming in at number 9. I mean number 8.
Coming in at number 8, we got Lake Mary,
All right, number
undefeated.
7.
Number 7, yeah, excuse me, Winter Park. Number 7, Winter Park jumped up 3 spots. Last week they beat Boone 38 to 3.
Treat a duck like a duck.
And when I'm looking at Winter Park, the number one thing that jumps out to me is their playmakers are making plays, and their quarterback Aiden Warner, he's getting them the ball. First game of the season, they scored 42 points. Second game against North Gwinnett in Georgia, they scored 31. Come back home against Boone and score 38. That seems like a very efficient ball club on offense. I do know that Jean Baptiste, he scored 2 or 3 times last week. He had a big game against Boone. So Winter Park at the number 7 spot, they'll face Orlando University on the road this week, and I expect them to keep rolling with that game.
Yeah, they should be able to win that one. Who we got at number? That puts us number 5.
Number 6, we looking
6.
at Lake Mineola, undefeated. They won a big time game this week or last weekend, excuse me, against Wekiva, 27-30. Very competitive ball game, but they were able to get that victory on the road against a quality opponent. Even though Wekiva was 1-2, it's a solid ball club.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, Wakava should be 3-0 right now, to be totally honest. They really should. They got a chance, they're in that they got a tough conference too. It's them, Edgewater, Jones. So they got a chance to, their season's still in front of them, but they can't keep giving these games away.
Right.
Like they got to do a better job. Uh, so who we got at number 5?
Number 5, we're looking at the Mighty Jones Tigers. They had a bye last week. After traveling back home from Duncanville, they're 1-1. They have a primetime matchup at home. It's our game of the week this week versus Edgewater. So we got Jones coming in at the 5 spot.
Yeah, Joe Hyde, they had a bye. Uh, they got a big game this week. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But I know that they've been a little bit banged up. They've been, and so it's going to be interesting to see what they do because then they got what St. Thomas, and then they got IMG, right around the corner. So
Yep.
so they got a lot on their plate. Number 4.
Number 4, we're looking at Osceola. They also had a bye last week, 1-1. Hopefully they were able to get healthy, get prepared. They have a primetime matchup this week against Lakeland. They have to go on the road and play the Dreadnought. So that's going to be a very tough one.
Yeah,
There
man.
you go.
There you go. It was gonna take them a minute to get in there,
There
but
you go.
yeah, they got a tough one this week against them Dreadnoughts. So that's gonna tell you a lot about their team as far as because if they were to go to state, they're gonna probably have to play that team, them or Vieira. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see how that go. All right, so we got at number 3.
Number 3, we looking at Rockledge.
Okay.
Right now they holding it down for Brevard County. They're 3-0. They play Bayside on the road this week. I expect them to win that game rather easily. So Rockledge 3-0 at the number 3 spot.
Hey, shout out to them boys at Rockledge. Shout out to Ty. Ty was on
T-Ron.
here early. T. Rome was on here early. So you got to give him some love. That defense is balling. I got to give T. I got to give T his props. Defense is balling out of control. Offense is scoring well. Uh, Look at this here. Look at this dude right here, man. He's just such a troll, man. This dude right
Oh
here,
my
man.
God.
I mean, trolling. You know what, man? I'm gonna put you at 10 next week. Just no matter what, you going to 10. I'm gonna override everybody. Forget the rules.
Hey,
I
hey,
still will
why
be number 10 next week, no matter
listen,
what.
while he talking, I can't wait to next week because that's Osceola and Rockledge.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put him at 10 just off the beef. He need that. So yeah, there go my girl. Look at this dude right here. That's my girl. What's up, Miss? That why I call her Says Mama. But that she has a real name. Her real name is Shalonda. Real sweet lady. What's up? She's also a Joe Jones High person. Look at this guy here, man. Perfect. Look at this guy
Perfect.
here, man. All right,
Man,
if you need, hey,
please.
man, if you need me to put you at 10, I got you, baby. Anything I can do, like anything I can do to help out you and Chad. So hey, anything like because Chad ain't gave me my food yet. So yeah, you know what? Y'all number 10 next week. Hey, AJ, I'm gonna supersede everybody. Because they probably wouldn't be number 10 with a loss to Lakeland because the rules apply. Who on that top 10, it's gonna be hard for anybody to beat Lakeland. So but
Anybody.
but but just because he said that, I promise you, just like I'm a man of my word, you see me in the Pirates hat, all this other stuff, the pirate outfit, we gonna do that too. Yeah, much love. Love you too, baby. That's my girl. She good people. Uh, Good mom. Like one thing I will say this. We talk about football a lot, but one thing I admire about her, her son is in dual enrollment, has over 4.2 GPA. Uh, those are the things that we need to encourage and support kids more of. To make sure they're on their academics. They're more than just a football player. Every
Right.
last one of them. We need to make sure they do that. And I admire the moms because it's usually the moms. It's dads. But the moms out there making sure that these kids get the grades they're supposed to get. So much shout out, much respect. Yeah. Oh, Saturday, I sell. Okay. Well, hey, if y'all get my plate, I'm coming out. You ain't got to worry. And so get him on the phone. Make sure I got my plate. I want chicken and beef ribs, and I'm on the way. But yeah. So who we got number 2?
Number 2, we got Edgewater, undefeated 3-0. It was
Okay.
our game of the week last week. They went on the road, beat West Orange. They have another primetime matchup against the number 5 team, Jones, on the road. We got Edgewater at the number 2 spot, 3-0.
Hey, we're gonna talk about them too. So ain't no sense. We're gonna have a conversation about them too. So we're not gonna get too much into it. But that dang like they say, Mama, there go that man. Mama, there go hey, you know what? Billy and Jessica, I'm with y'all. See, that's all right. See that see see EP, because of that, man, I'm gonna take back what I said. I'm gonna let everybody put Osceola where they want it. So man, 'cause, see that's just good people right there, man. That's good people. That's just good people right there. My boy Pine here, see, he didn't think
Adrian, what's up,
yeah,
man?
I told him I wasn't gonna wear the outfit. I gave him an
Hey,
excuse,
take the headset off so he could get a good look at the hat. Let him check it out. The man got on the hat, man. His Cowboys lost. He a man of his word. I don't know why he ever made that bet, because Tom Brady has yet in his entire career
he was due, man.
lose to the
He was due.
Cowboys.
He was due.
He
He was
was
due.
not due.
He was due. Tom Brady did not play a great game.
He didn't, but the
Yeah. I
Cowboys
mean,
did not either.
but boy, the Cowboys look like they didn't want to play. Like, hey,
I mean,
like
the Patriots moved the ball in between the 20. They
yeah,
got
man.
to the red zone
Hey,
4 times in the first half at a
defense
setup for
did their
field
job.
goals.
Defense did their
Yeah,
job, man.
I
Defense,
be
but we regress. So let me go. Hey, who we got at number one?
number 1. We got Seminole. 3-0. They're at home against Evans. They inviting the whole damn Central Florida community to watch an onslaught. They inviting anybody from the youth level. All you gotta do is wear your jersey. Coaches get in free. They inviting everybody from Brevard, Orange, Osceola, Seminole. I saw a message. I said, "Come on, y'all. I see it's good for the community, but damn, don't do Evans like that, man."
Man, what the problem is, man? Uh, you know, Evans,
And
man.
then
From
Adrian ain't help either. I saw a couple things. Was it Adrian? He
it was
said a
Adrian.
score check
Yeah,
on
it was
Evans
Adrian.
and
It was
Seminole.
Adrian.
Man,
It
I
was
seen
Adrian.
people disrespectful 49-0.
I was one of them said 49-0.
Yeah, I know you
But
was.
somebody said 69-3. I said 49-0 because it's a running clock. They're gonna score 7 touchdowns. They just beat Treasure Coast 41 points. So like they just scored 41 on Treasure
And
Coast.
Treasure
You
Coast run that wing T,
correct.
so the clock stay running. Clock
Correct.
stay running.
They're gonna score. They're gonna score at least 7 touchdowns. Kennard is gonna run the offense that he runs. And this once again. This what I'm talking about. This what I'm talking about. See,
You
people got to
know,
be real. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you just like, hey man, the Cowboys
what,
season over with. We not going to playoffs. It is what it is. Like you
man.
got to keep it a buck.
She
But
said I'm an Evans alumni.
yeah, but she said, let's
But
be real.
let's be real. That's why her son don't go there.
Yeah.
Next subject. Let's go ahead. We got Seminole at 1.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now we done. Hey, next week will be a new batch of teams because there's probably gonna be some shakeup. So if your team ain't on there, hey, matter of fact, if you feel your team should be on there or your team should be higher, make sure you get to the group Elite 100 Prospects on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and let them know why. Because you may your rationale may be due. Because what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna in a few minutes we're gonna invite some fans on for our game of the week. So we're gonna do the pick 'em real quick, then we're gonna invite some fans on to talk about it as soon as they get on. So guys, those fans that I know y'all are watching, go ahead and log in so I can let y'all in on the studio. But
Let's go ahead and talk about the picks. Last week you went 3-2 last week. You're 7-8 for the season. I went 2-3 last week. I'm 8-7 for the season. It is what it is. On the big game of the weeks, you're 1-1. I'm 2-0. Last week we both got Wekiva Lake Mineola wrong. You picked Lake Mary. That was a good pick by you. They beat Oviedo's 13-6. We both went with Mainland. Thought the offense would put up some points. They got blanketed by Bottom Trail 17-3. And then both of us were correct with the St. Thomas Aquinas win over Cocoa. So yeah, there we have it.
all right, and we had 3 games a week.
Now
This week 3, so we should have 3 games a week.
I mean,
Oh,
we both knew where North Miami Northwestern and Jones. I mean,
No, this is week 4 of the season. So we
Oh
had
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you're 2-1, and I'm 3-1, 3-0.
Okay,
My
cool.
bad.
That's cool. All right. So look at this dude right here, man. Anyway, so going to this week games of the week. Starting off, we got what Lake Mary at versus Lake Brantley. We're gonna start off with come on, Anthony Marshall, give
Where
us what
you
you
at
got
now,
there.
8?
Where you at?
Yeah, where you at, Ant?
Yeah, you got all this stuff to say. So I'm gonna make sure that we get okay, we got one guy in the stream. I'm about to come on. Stay there for me for a minute, and then we're gonna invite the other guy once he gets home. But
Who you
if
got,
not, we're
Lake
gonna invite.
Brantley or Lake Mary?
I'm gonna go with Lake Mary. I'm gonna go
You
with
gonna
Lake
go with
Mary,
Mary?
so that way you could go with Brandley, so that because really it's you, so he wants you against him every time.
He
But the
do.
problem, what he don't
And guess
understand
what?
though,
Guess what?
what?
I'm rolling with Brantley, dog. I think Brantley that
Woo!
offense gonna give it to him. And Braxton, I trust. I just don't think Lake Mary gonna score enough points. I think that the offense for Lake Brantley is gonna do enough. I'm gonna take Lake Brantley over Lake Mary.
Look, man, this has to be a wing bet between you brothers. Has to
We
be. See,
could
I,
do it.
I got hey. So Anthony, I'm gonna make the bet for you. That's your wing bet. So that way you know that one like Saturday or whatever, Sunday, one of these days, you gonna have to bring the wing. So it is what it is. Pioneer say, really? Lake Brantley. Okay. But okay, next up, we're gonna go with
He
DELAND
said,
versus
really?
SEABREEZE. DELAND versus SEABREEZE.
D-Land
Uh, you know,
versus Seabreeze. D-Land 1-2, Seabreeze 0-3. I'm gonna go with D-Land. I think they moving in the right direction. They
yeah.
lost to some close games, but Darlington actually has them looking solid for real, for real.
Yeah, man. Darlington. I'm not gonna go against him too many times. So I'm gonna go with D-Land as well. Next up, we got O'Galley versus Satellite.
O'Galley is 3-0. Satellite 2-1. I like O'Galley. They got some athletes. So I'm gonna go with them.
I'm gonna go with O'Galley as well. Satellite lost a little bit last year, and they lost their best player over to Rockledge. So we're gonna go with that one too. Now we got Osceola versus Lakeland. Osceola versus Lakeland. The Pine Hills don't know those teams. You don't go out that far, but Osceola
That's
versus Lakeland.
Brevard County,
Yeah, it's
man.
Brevard
Brevard
County, man.
County, man.
Osceola versus Lakeland. Who you got?
I I love the Cowboys, man. I really love the Cowboys. Um, but I'm gonna have to go with the Dreadnoughts, man. It's hard to go to Lakeland and win, man. And this year they are loaded.
Hey man, they loaded for certain. I need to be able to hold my bet until I see what Chad Masco is doing for me food wise. And Chad Masco, if you making me my chicken and you making me some beef ribs, then that's gonna change my vote. So let me know what time it is before in the next 30 seconds. Uh, you know, oh, you know what the man said. I'm gonna go with Osceola. EP done put me on the damn spot. Damn EP, I'm going. EP, don't y'all let me down, man.
He talking
Don't y'all
about
let
me
me
because
down,
I said
EP.
I love the Cowboys.
Hey, man. Hey, well, EP, somebody for the goddamn Cowboys got to do something. So so I'm gonna roll with Osceola. Hey, because I'm in a damn pirate outfit because my boys lost. So guess what, EP? I need you to hold it down. I'm gonna go shock the world because I remember one time
Hey,
with
and what's a
Kyle.
Dreadnought? What's a Dreadnought?
I don't know. That's a good
Ain't that
question.
close to a pirate?
I don't know what a Lakeland dreadnought. That's a great question. What
A
is a dreadnought?
Dreadnought got to be like a pirate, ain't it?
Man, let me look. Let me Google it because I really that's actually a great question.
You
What is
almost making the same bet again, man.
man? I look, man. Let me see.
The hell's a
Dreadnought is a
Dreadnought?
battleship. How the hell you got a battleship as your a battleship?
Because
Damn,
I
it's
don't
a
know what
battleship.
that's
Man.
about.
It's not even a pirate. It's a battleship, bro. It's a battleship. I mean, how do you have a battleship as your mascot? I mean, dang. But anyway, it's a battle. Hey, I guess they try to say they ready in any kind of weather. Maybe that's what they saying. But I'm
You rocking
rolling
with
with you.
Osceola?
I'm rocking with Osceola. I'm picking them for the upset. I'm picking them
For
boys
sure.
to hold it down. They should be ready. They had a loss. They shouldn't like it. They shouldn't like that taste in their mouth. So I'm pretty sure. And then too, they know these guys. They're not going to take them for granted. and quite frankly, they was winning the Seminole game. You
Yeah,
know,
they ain't, I
so
don't, they,
you
they
know,
ain't take Seminole for granted either. I mean,
yeah,
either team could have won that game.
yeah.
In all honesty,
Okay, well, our one boy can't say he get on, so we'll get him in a second. So now we gonna add someone to the list. So we ain't got nobody. If you're a Jones High, you probably can't see him. But if you're a Jones High alumni or something of that nature, uh, please make sure that you log in, uh, because we need somebody from Jones High. We were trying to get Robert Smith on. Unfortunately, he got called in for a meeting, so he can't get on. But each week, our game of the week, we're gonna try to have some people. Say it must be in the car riding, because this is Mr. Baxter.
Yeah,
You hear that?
I'm on my way to work, man.
Yeah, hey, I gotta give you credit. You always working. So
Yeah.
man, so I don't have to do to talk noise to you, but we want to get a little insight, man. What's your thoughts on the Edgewater Jones game?
No, me and PJ don't talk too much. We don't do too much back and forth when it comes to that Jones and Edgewater game. I don't know. I hope Chase. I don't think Chase have to have a monster game, but I think he's gonna have to be consistent, and our receiver gonna have to make some plays. I don't think this ain't gonna be no 200 yard rushing game from CJ. I think
Can you hear him, AJ? Is he cracking up, AJ?
a little bit, yeah. But
Yeah.
he said that
CJ, I heard him say CJ ain't gonna have a
he
200
doesn't
yard game.
believe
Right,
that this is
right,
going to be one of those
right.
250 type games.
Yeah. Can go ahead.
yeah,
Can go ahead. There you go.
I don't believe he will. I don't think he's gonna have another 200 yard game. Like I said, I think they're gonna stack the box and make chasing the receivers beat them.
Talk,
Hey,
Mr. Said.
there
There
we
you
got Mr.
go.
Smith.
Talk, Mr.
Mr.
Said.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Talk,
Now
Mr.
we
Said.
talking.
Hey,
Now,
hey, the crazy thing is, let me tell you about this though. These two fathers, right, said had over 200 against Edgewater last year, but Jabari also had over 150 against Edgewater. So both
170. Get it right. 9 catches. 179 yards.
over 107. You see that? He remember. So both of their boys were the stars for their team that night. So that's real ironic.
now, hey,
And I must
well,
say, Mr. CJ Baxter did come over there and shake my hand after the game. That's a good kid, man.
Oh yeah. Jabbar, Jabbar. Every time he touched the ball, I got pissed off.
yeah. For
He
those
definitely did his thing last year.
well, we talking about this year. So what we need to know is, we got Big Said to give us his thoughts of the game. Let us know what your thoughts is. What's the key for Jones to have a victory, PJ?
The key is just execute. That's all we have to do. I mean, we have a lot of seniors on the team. We just need to execute. That's it.
Hey,
We done been there in these big games we done played, bad weather, things and things happen. That's all I
well,
can say.
hey man, we wanted to make sure we brought you guys on because number
Tomorrow
one,
night though.
like AJ say, AJ will be in the building. I will say
Oh,
once again,
they
like I
always
said. Oh, AJ there. So, like I said, like I tell everybody, that these kids are more than football players. I talked to both of those young men. They both good young men from good
Good
families.
kids.
That's more important to me than their football ability. And both you guys do a tremendous job as dads. Like because they if you look at the media, they always try to make it seem like dads aren't uh active in their lives, and both you men are very active in your dad's lives. So I'm very proud of y'all, and I want to give y'all the love right
Got
now in front of
flowers.
everybody.
Yeah, and just for the
They
record,
appreciate it.
their boys, CJ's committed to Texas and Jabari is committed to FAU. So both of their boys are committed to go to college here in the next couple months. So that's a big congratulations for you guys.
Yeah, big time, big time. So
Hey,
I'm
both teams got a number 13. You can't kick either one of them. So that might be the
Yeah.
difference in the game.
Hey, said over here
She
giving out
said,
some,
no,
yeah.
he
Said over here
unlucky.
analyzing,
Hey,
yeah. Said over here
yeah,
analyzing this thing.
Samaj and Jaden. Yeah, hey,
Yeah, hey,
that could be
that
the
could be the
key.
difference in the game.
Yeah, I mean it could
You
be a
can't
big
kick to
difference.
either one of them.
Hey, Caden being back is a big key for Edgewater as well. I will say Caden did not play last week, and you could see that in Edgewater blocking scheme.
Yeah,
He'll be back this week, so
yep,
I think that should help them out a lot, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look
yep.
forward to seeing the game. I won't be able to see it live, but you could best believe I'm gonna go look at it on go look at it on Huddle as soon as I get the opportunity, because I'm gonna want to watch. Oh, look at that said. Look at that. Look at that said. Oh, that's beautiful. She
Amazing
said
father.
amazing fathers. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful said. Oh yeah, that's Caden's mom right there. Let's see. The quarterback play is gonna be the difference. I agree with
Hey,
that. Now,
yeah,
honestly, for me, that's really that's what I
that's
was
the
gonna
key.
say. That I was gonna say the same thing. To me, whichever quarterback plays best is gonna win that game. For me. So I would say that, and then but AJ, tell the people a little bit about your thoughts on the game, and I'll finish up with mine.
Well, let's get them boys' prediction. What they thinking?
Well, Rob had a little technical difficulty. Well, we won't get their prediction because they gonna predict. Ain't nobody gonna come in and say their team go like that would be a first. Ain't
So,
nobody
so,
said that.
Shit's me. Hey, hey,
in
listen,
realist,
I'm from South Florida, man. I predict Edgewater
All
30,
right.
30, 21.
ooh, 30-21. That's
Oh, so
two
now
scores, coach.
now we gotta do the said and set the precedent. Now our game of the week we gotta have scores now. So that said to set the precedent. So he said 30-21. So that's two scores. So that's what it is. That's two
Ooh,
scores.
Lord.
So Robert, hold on. Let me see if my boy can. Let me see if
Rob,
my
get
boy
back
Rob.
on.
I don't know if he can get back on, but at least he can tell me what's the final score.
What's his prediction?
Yeah, what's your final score? Let me see. Matter of fact, I might even put him. Y'all gonna might have to hear him talk a little bit, but
Man,
yeah, I
I
might.
mean, predict the score, man. Said good. He can
Yeah,
predict the score like
said
that.
predicted 30-21. That's two scores.
Um,
That's two scores. So hold on one second. Then you got Justin the die laughing. All right, then you got
Hey, Justin laughing. He was one of the ones that left early last year.
yeah,
He left.
true. That is true, Justin. But let's see. Yeah, Rob is in a meeting, but that's my cousin Kyle Smith. For those who don't know, that's my cousin. He said their defense. He's at Edgewater. Our defense going to be hell on wheels. I don't know if they'll be able to protect them. Da, da, da. Okay, the bottom line is, cuz forget all this. When we gonna get them Pittsburgh Lynx sausage? None of these people say these people from Florida don't know nothing about them Pittsburgh Lynx. Man, get them damn man. One of us got to get some Pittsburgh Lynx back here so the other one can eat it. So let's get on that. But so all right, AJ. So Rob ain't here, but is there anybody since you got all these Jones people that's commenting? Give me your score. So one of y'all gonna have to take the score over PJ. All right, PJ. What's PJ? There you are. Man, let us know what's your final score of the game. What you got, Jones? What's your final score?
he is greedy. He asking everybody for food.
Oh, all the time. Hey, and since you said that, Latoya, guess what? Since you got something to say, I see that's my cousin. See, look what he say. He going to Midwestern State next month. He got me. That's my cousin. He know what we doing. Like, but I don't want nobody to ask for them Pittsburgh links. I'm gonna eat them on the show to show y'all what it look like. Justin said 42-35.
42.
That's a lot
Damn.
of points.
Hey, he must.
Oh,
Are we talking
42.
overtime? Should we? Talk,
Yeah, we got to be
I mean,
overtime.
the game did go into what it go into double, triple overtime
yeah,
last year.
yeah. That's
Four,
it.
four, four
That's why I
overtime.
asked.
Both
That's why I asked.
overtime. Game was over at midnight.
Oh yeah, I remember because I made it home. So talk to me, AJ. It's your turn, baby. What's your prediction? Who you got? Or you want me to go?
Yeah,
You
you
need
go.
time.
You go. Yeah, I
All
need
right,
time. This
all
was
right.
tough, dog. God
I'm gonna tell you right now. Unlike, hey, I like that running back from Edgewater. I like him so much. I'm going 31-24. Edgewater.
got Edgewater 31-24
I
on the
think because
road.
the kids they're gonna have to want to tackle this man in the fourth quarter. They're gonna have to want to tackle. See, his daddy ain't gonna say it, but I say it. I'm telling you right now, because you know what kills me about people, parents. Oh, you need to tackle him. You need to tackle him. Man, I wouldn't want to tackle that big ass joker.
But let
I'll
me tell
be
you something,
in the fourth
AG.
quarter. Man, I wouldn't want to
AG.
do that.
We had the game Friday. My wife said, I don't think CJ gonna score. I said, it's 4 quarters. Ain't nobody in the state can tackle that boy for 4 quarters.
I'm with you. I
And
agree.
and
I
he
don't want
scored his
to.
2 touchdowns in the
In the
fourth quarter.
4th
Hey
quarter.
man, and guess what? Ain't nothing wrong with a kid turning it down. I'm tired of y'all parents. If I was in the game, if you was there, you'd be on the damn bench. You wasn't even that good. Quit trying to make them kids do some stuff that you wasn't able to do. But my boy PJ responded. He said 28-7. Joe High.
It's tough. I mean,
PJ said 28-7. Joe High. I and it could go that way too. To be honest, it really could. It could go either. So it's going because I'm telling you, whatever quarterback, if you got quarterbacks throwing interceptions and stuff like that, or fumbling and all that, that'll change the whole game.
You know, I know, I'm pretty sure y'all know the home team has won the last 3.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to break that.
I mean, like
man, I don't
it could
even
be
know,
done.
man. My
It's a
heart,
toss up.
I'm an Eagle, man. I went to Edgewater. You know what I
Man,
mean?
just
Like,
make your pick, man. Don't be scared. Just make your pick, bro. Damn. I mean, hey, Sad ain't gonna be mad at you, brother. It
Definitely ain't.
sound like you leaning to Jones, bro. It's
he
okay.
said,
You know,
they gonna be mad.
yeah, Sad ain't gonna be
Hey,
mad
Nah,
at you,
man.
man,
man.
I ain't gonna be mad.
Hey man, I'm just being real. Me and Sid had talks though, but at the end of the day, I saw the game last year. CJ had a crazy performance, over 250 yards, got the ball 40 times, but he did have some situations he cramped, right? And when he was cramping in the third quarter, Jeremiah Conley stepped in and made those key plays, just enough key plays to Sid was able to get some pickle juice and get back on the field. They don't have Conley. There's a lot that this team. Samaj is great. AJ is great. But I'm gonna go with Jones. I'm gonna go with Jones 27-21 because I think they're gonna miss an extra point.
All right, well, hey, there you go. There you got it. So hey,
I
hey,
still like
We gon'
C4 to get $150 though.
we
I'm
gonna have
going
we gonna
C.
have
And
some
it ain't gonna
pressure.
take them. It ain't gonna take them 4 quarters to get in the end zone. As much
I
as I
already
respect
got the
Jones,
pickle juice. I already got the
they
pickle
don't want
juice
to
sitting
tackle
in the
him yet.
refrigerator.
Hold on, go ahead. Tell him what you got said.
I already got the pickle juice sitting in the refrigerator.
See,
Hey
he
man,
know. Got that.
hey,
He ready. Got the pickle juice ready.
hey man, hey. Now, hey, we appreciate it. Hey, okay, here you go, Justin, smart man, Justin. That's with Joe High. So
Now,
once
hey,
again,
but I will say this. My number one concern, just like you mentioned with Jones, is the quarterback play. I'm going to just be honest. I like Max. He's a good kid, but I'm concerned with the quarterback play. Chase, on the other hand, Chase didn't exactly wow me last week, but I know he's been there. He would be the more comfortable pick, but I'm going to go with Jones at home, man. That's tough to go on the road.
man, I'm going with C4. Damn dynamite. That's who
And
I'm going
C4
with.
you
I'm right.
trust.
In C4 I trust. I think that he's going to be the difference maker. You can some guys in high school what kills me in high school, man, I'm getting to my best player. I wouldn't give a damn you double, triple, have 12 people going at him. He's the number one running back in the country for a reason. And now I trust Elijah to try to come up with some things, but then I'm sure Duke them, they got some, it's a whole bunch you could do handing the ball to Said. Because
Hey,
Chase can run. Chase can
hey,
run. Chase ain't
how,
no Chase can run. What were you saying, Said?
how big of a matchup do y'all think CJ and Malik gonna be?
They
I
won't
don't
be.
think so at all,
They
to
won't
be
I
be at
don't
honest
all.
think
with
so
you.
either.
Yeah, CJ Malik
With
ain't playing linebacker.
the way that Edgewater gives Said the ball and the scheme and with Malik, I don't see them being too much of. I don't see the matchup. I can
Yeah,
see
me either.
Malik possibly attacking the quarterback, but I don't see him tackling
Oh,
C4 5-6 times.
I see Malik definitely having a big game against Chase in the passing game.
Now,
I see Malik definitely doing that.
I will say though, DJ McCray,
Oh
The
yeah, he been
linebacker.
balling.
I see
He been
him
balling.
and
Yeah.
CJ going back and forth. No disrespect to him, it's gonna be a lot for him to handle that. But
He been balling.
he's a very quality player.
He been balling. I don't think he'll be afraid to hit said, but I'm with Big said and what he said earlier. You
He
got
got
to
to
hit
be
this man
afraid.
for 4 quarters.
Yeah,
And like I
yeah,
said, and that's the issue. And I think just like last year, as it wore down, said, kind of, took it. It's gonna be. That's what I think. But hey, what do I know? We'll see. So but I pray, said Big said, we appreciate you taking the time to come on the show.
most
Hey,
definitely.
good luck to your son and the PJ son, and more importantly, we hope that all the kids. We pray they all safe and and tomorrow and just get out of there injury free because
Yes,
we want
sir.
them all to go to college. I appreciate you, Sid.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
All right.
Absolutely. And by
All
the
right.
look at the schedule, this is possibly, in my opinion, this would be the only game that I think Edgewater has the potential to lose. Looking at the rest of their schedule,
Hey, Edgewater, if they win this game, they
they'll
definitely
go
should be on track
undefeated.
to be undefeated.
Correct.
Uh, and we'll, but you never know because Wakava is not bad. They have a decent schedule. Coy's not bad. So they have a decent schedule. So you just never know. This high school football,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
Kyle and
But
Corey got to show me something more,
yeah,
man.
well, we're gonna see. Yeah, like I said,
I
Wakava,
like
I think
Wakava.
Wakava, I like Wakava. I just think
I
that
like
they need to
Wakava.
clean up a couple of things. They've lost 2 games by a total of 4 points.
It's tough.
That's tough. I mean, like both games they could have won, so they could easily be undefeated right now.
I mean,
So
football, just like at
yeah,
any level, it all comes down to the quarterback position.
oh no doubt.
Like
Hey,
at
trust me,
quarterback
I'm.
position,
You see what I'm wearing?
at every
so
level, from professional to college to little league to high school, the team with the better quarterback has the better chance to win. Point blank. Period.
yeah, I think the good thing about Jones is they do have a shot. I think that the game could go either way. To be totally honest, I'm just picking C4 just because I really do believe that, like like what happened at West Orange. Kids, kids, at that level and that age, they're not trying to tackle you for 4 quarters. And I'm not mad at them. It's like I'm not saying nothing about no kid because I hate when parents say, "Oh, you should have tackled him." How about you tackle him since it's so easy? I wouldn't want to tackle C4 coming at me all day. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Call me what you want. But the reality of it is that's a tough task to ask a high school kid to do. You got to be there has to be some inside of you to say, "Hey, I'm gonna go try to." Because one thing about Edgewater, they have one of the best blocking schemes around. Your boys out there really teaching them guys how to block. So it's not just C4. And then on top of that, like we said, and I'm gonna give him his props now. Dudes is getting out of the way of KD.
Yeah,
Yeah, KD is blocking like he
KD
blocking.
cleaning for
Oh,
C4 for sure.
when I say KD is blocking like, hey man, like I'm gonna be an NFL fullback.
Because listen, you don't want to tackle C4, but you damn sure don't want to take KD
Nah,
up head up when he
nah.
trying to clear it out for C4.
KD ain't playing. So I think it'll be a great game. I hate I got to go see my son, but I think it'll be a great game. But hey,
Who they
let me
play?
but I'm gonna have to get this call because it's important. Uh, but I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody. You can tell everybody the rest, AJ. Peace.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll be back next week. It was a good show.
Yeah, coach.
We'll be game of the week, Edgewater Jones. We'll see what happens. AG's going with Jones. I'm going with Edgewater. It was a
I
great
just trying to
show.
figure out what's going on.
We'll holler back.
Chop it up, and I was just trying to figure out what was